going through a divorce while being a Christian is hard. Being single while married,
Jeez.
love me for real. Don't lie to me.
Whoa. What was your relationship status at the time?
Huh? You know, I'm so over people. I've passed my people test. People are not just honest.
Like
you
what?
know what you did. You're like, what I do? I don't want to be with you no more.
Whoa. What up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the RXS podcast. We got Alicia Wall in the building. What's goody?
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm great.
How's life?
Amazing.
It's
getting better.
Wow. What's getting better?
Overall life. Yeah. From ministry to personal to work. God has been upgrading me in so many ways.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is this something you've been waiting for or praying for?
What? Waiting and praying. I think I got a master's doctorate, actually, in waiting and praying. Seriously.
Wow.
Yeah.
For real?
Oh, yeah. Going through a divorce while being a Christian is hard. Like, people don't talk about that. People don't talk about it. And having kids. Yes. Yeah.
And then they got to go through it. They in it.
Ooh. Being single while married.
Jeez. Now that's heavy. You single and married. Good God. Whoa.
It's real. Yeah.
Real.
What?
So we're going to get into it. But before we get into it, take us all the way back to the beginning.
Ooh.
Yeah, let's go.
To the beginning.
Yes. Where were you born?
Chapel Hill, North Carolina.
Let's go, Chapel Hill.
UNC.
Let's go.
Yes.
What was it like?
Well, I grew up in Durham, but I was born in Chapel Hill.
Yeah.
But my family roots is Chapel Hill.
Okay.
So, my home church is Neville's New Birth Christian Ministries. You remember the little church on Little House on the Prairie, the school?
No.
Well, it looks exactly like that.
Really?
A little white church.
Wow. Like a one-room church?
What? Hand clapping, foot stomping.
Wow.
Like
wooden floor?
Summertime ladybugs just be flying. Wasp just and the Holy Spirit flying.
Were y'all ever like, yo, kill the wasp?
What? Kerosene heaters.
Whoa, that's old school church.
Oh yeah. People dresses catching on fire because they too close to it. For real. For real. Like, it's so many stories. Yeah.
For real. Did you start singing there at a young age?
I did. But at first I didn't know how to sing.
Oh. Okay, take me through not knowing how to sing.
It was just I didn't
how.
know. Like I didn't like growing up in a family that can sing. Everybody's singing. You just pick whatever part.
Okay.
And you be like, oh, we sound good. But like personally, I was,
Yeah. Did anybody tell you like, Alicia, you ain't got it yet? They didn't. Shout out to your people. Should they have told you that?
Probably. I think a lot of more people would be a lot further if people told the truth.
That's facts.
Just love me for real. Don't lie to me. But so my mom, shout out to Georgette Johnson.
Yeah.
So my mom, she had left my home church, and I was still going to church with my grandma. And I came home, I was like, Mom, I sang and people were crying and shouting. She was like, what? I was like, yeah. And she was like, let me listen. Then I sung. She was like, oh, you coming out of there? I got to train you. And she did.
Real?
Yeah.
How old were you then?
I was probably about 12 or 13.
Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Did you enjoy it?
I did. See, I grew up in the era where I loved church. Like, we didn't complain about if we had to go to school the next day, revivals all night. You just like, you cry a little bit, then you go to school.
Yeah.
Like, I love church. Wow. If I don't go to church, I feel funny.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
Yeah. Even when I know I need a break because I do a lot, I still be like, ooh, something off.
Yeah.
Like during that week.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love church.
When did you realize you loved church?
The moments that when going through things, you realize that you really need the assembly of the saints. Like, because being at home, your mind start to wander. Your mind will take you to the deepest places that's not even real. And you be like, and then when you get to church, it's just like a calming. Somebody come hug you real tight. Next thing you know, you, oh! You just need it. Like, for real. Like, we need the right church.
Absolutely.
I don't just go anywhere. You need the right church, the right people.
How do you know when a church is the right church?
The spirit is right. It's just some stuff is just not chaotic. God is not chaotic. It's a lot of people just be doing the most. And some people do things out of tradition, but a lot of things it's not God. Wow. It's not.
So growing up, did you ever go to a church and then you were like, this ain't it?
What?
That's hilarious.
It's so many wrongs that you know when it's wrong.
Yeah.
And that's why I have the mentality like I drive everywhere I go. Because I will jingle my kids. I don't mind leaving. Because I have children and I don't want nothing to jump on me, go home with me. Yes. Spirits are real. So I can't do it.
Yes.
No.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Just a clown show?
Yeah.
For free.
I've seen a couple of them.
I can't do it.
Dang, they do exist. That sucks that is real, but it be some clown shows out
straight, and my children hate it.
For real? How old are your children?
I have an 8-year-old daughter who is a monster.
I believe it.
Like,
I believe it.
It be scaring me. Like, she is amazing.
Yeah.
And a 4-year-old son who acts like one of the wild thornberries. Donnie. That's him.
Yo, that's hilarious.
That's him.
That's funny. So I want to go back. Tell me about the training with your mom.
So I would just see her singing with different people. I don't know if you remember the Cates family. But she sung with them for almost like 18, 19 years.
Wait. The world is too small. So the Georgette, that's your mama?
Yes.
Jesus. Hey, when you said it, I'm like, is that the Cates family, Georgette? But I ain't finna ask her that. Like,
yes.
What?
I think you played on our music.
Yes, your mama the real deal. Yo, boy, your mama the real deal.
Yeah.
Whoa. Whoa. Okay, so go back to the training. I'm messed up.
So I would, just be at all their rehearsals.
Yeah.
From Kate's family to her own group.
Yes. And you just like picked up what they were doing.
I know every song.
Did rehearsals get too long for you?
I would go to sleep and wake up and they were still rehearsing. I'm like, do y'all got it yet? Because I got it.
God knows I got it.
I got it. Yes. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So, after you went through all that training with her and stuff, did you start singing like on a consistent basis?
Yeah. I actually started singing R&B.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Did you feel convicted?
No.
From your perspective, why do you think parents say because I said so?
I feel like it could either mean that they know that what they're saying isn't right, so they just say that.
If they're telling you to do something and they say because I said so, why would they tell you to do something wrong?
All I know is sometimes parents don't know like how to like deal with situations other than how they were treated when they were kids. And it can be where their parents told them because they said so. And it's like, oh, that's all I know, so I'm going to just treat my kid like this.
Hi, this is Nay, and that was Nay's Place. If you want to catch more, search Nay's Place on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and RXS Entertainment YouTube channel.
So what made you start singing R&B?
I just love music. My Apple Music, somebody wouldn't know my age. I got from the 20s to 30s, out, back, forward. I got Tupac, Tasha Cobbs, Megan Thee Stallion, Anita Baker, Aretha Franklin, everybody.
Yeah.
I just love music.
Yeah.
So I never felt convicted. Like, I never did. Like, I never felt, ooh, because I wasn't doing it I just loved it.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing it for
yeah.
Satan. I wasn't. I just love music. Performing with a live band and just getting like different feels just from it. I just love music.
So when you started singing R&B, were you doing it just like, did you start like going out and performing?
I did.
Let's go.
I did.
Wow.
I did.
Did you enjoy it?
Loved it. I loved it. Love rearranging other people's music, making it my own. Loved it. I did a whole concert. Straight R&B music, one gospel song.
Wow. Where was it at?
It was at
What city?
Durham.
Okay, let's go.
I did it in Durham. My aunt actually did the concert for me. She sponsored the concert for me.
Let's go. How old were you then?
I was about 18 or 19.
What was your relationship status at the time?
Huh?
What was your relationship status at the time?
Single?
Ish.
Single.
All the way.
All the way. As a dollar bill. Yeah.
Yo, that's hilarious. At that time, were you still like singing in church too?
Of course. That's my roots.
So like you were singing all the time?
All the time.
Like, do you still sing all the time?
All the time.
You don't get sick of it?
Mm-mm.
That's good.
Because I love it.
Yes.
A lot of times when we start hating things that we love, it's because we're operating not in our strength. Or we're operating too much in our strength. That's what I mean. Yeah, it's too much of us. And then we're doing it for people. We're doing it for... And so I don't. The moment that I don't want to do it, I don't.
I got you.
So I like people... It's times where I go to, churches just to relax and just to enjoy the service. And people are like, oh, such and such is here. Come on up. No.
No, I didn't come to do that. That's smart.
You can call it disobedient. You can call it whatever you want.
I hope ain't nobody called you disobedient for not coming up.
Oh, people have whatever they, I'm so over people. I've passed my people test.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I've passed my people test.
Wait a minute. How long did it take you to pass the people
test? A long
test?
time. It took a long, because, excuse me, you have a lot of people that be like, if you don't sing for me, it's like they try to manipulate you and they hang on. If you don't sing, God just going to take it away. No, he not.
Yo,
so I would just, sing like I had, like I was a little jukebox. I had a little slit in my back. People like, sing me a song. Okay. I would just do it.
Wow.
Till I realized, like, I don't think I'm going to lose it.
Yeah.
For you.
Wow.
For your gain. So, and, I really had to learn to get over people and their thoughts and but that comes with going through things.
Mm-hmm. At that time in your life, you're 18 or 19, up until that point, what is the craziest thing you had grown through up until that point?
Daddy issues.
Let's talk.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff that we don't talk about as church kids. Like, they just tell you, keep going. You got it. Keep going. And it's like, I really don't.
I really don't got it.
I really want to give up. Like, I really don't know if I'm okay. But they church you so much to make, and that's why a lot of Black people don't go to see therapists. They don't seek counseling and seek help.
Yeah, because we taught that go to God, he gonna make it
G,
all right.
G. No.
Yeah.
I'm hurting.
Yeah. So what were the issues, if you don't mind me asking? Or what were the issues, or how were you feeling?
So I'm the type of person, like, I don't let certain issues stop me from going. Like, a lot of people blame, well, my daddy wasn't in my life, so that's why I didn't graduate. Or my daddy wasn't in my life, so that's why I went to this and this. No, what it did to me mentally was hurt me in my relationships.
Ooh.
It didn't stop me from succeeding in my life, but it hurt me in different areas.
Yeah.
Like, I built up walls.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a person that I can cut somebody off with a quickness.
Is that like a protection thing?
Of course.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to hurt me.
Ooh, I'm going to cut you off before you get a chance to hurt me.
Yeah.
Ooh. And you did that from not having your dad?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Love. So if it seemed wrong, I'm going to cut it off. If it looks like you're about to do me wrong, I'm going to cut it off. Because you're not finna do that to me.
Were you ever wrong when you cut somebody off? Did you ever move too fast?
I have done it. Mm-hmm. And because we all need grace. And so I didn't have it. No. I don't do that 3 strikes you out. No. What? Red flag. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking about when I say out of my life, I'm a person like I can see you and not see you. When I block somebody.
That's pretty lethal. And it comes from like, and I don't, like you said, we know, but we don't talk about it. When there is absence, especially when it comes to like a parent, it shapes
major.
how we move.
It's major. Like, people can say all they want. I don't need a man. What? Give me the right one.
God knows.
Man, a man and a woman in a life brings balance in every way, to the children, to the finances, mentally, spiritually. We need men. We need Black men. People can say all they want.
Yes. Do you think women say that because they are used to not having their father?
Women say that out of hurt. Women say it out of past traumas. We are so built as women, which is why we have to retrain our minds. Women, we feel like we already know that people gonna mess up, so we expect people to mess up. And we rely on, we already got a plan B, C, D, E, F, G, because we know what y'all gonna do.
So why go into it then, Alicia?
Because we are nurturers, so we feel like we can love you to change. We can shape you and mold you to not do us dirty.
But if you do plan to do me dirty, I got a plan
I'm good.
B, C, D.
I'm good.
I'm going to try it.
If you hurt me, I'm good.
Yo, that's a crazy. Yo, you schooling me.
If you hurt me. That's why women know how to cheat.
Talk. Way better than men.
Way better.
Women be cheating, you never know.
And see, it takes a woman a lot to cheat.
Talk.
Because we can love a man so hard, we don't see nobody else. Nobody. And it takes a woman to get fed up. When men call it nagging, but you best believe that if she nagging, she love you. The moment a woman stop nagging, you done.
Ooh.
The woman, and this is coming from, I was married. We be done way before you even see it. We're mentally done before we physically leave. Once a woman, why you do this? Can we go here? Can we go there? Love the woman that do that.
Oh, that's good, Alicia. Because if she stop, you through.
The moment that she just like, okay.
That okay is lethal.
Okay. Like, when a woman say, oh, okay, she done. Her feelings, every time a man do something to a woman, her feelings, it's like a meter.
Ooh.
It start dropping. That's why when women are loved properly, they'll get, man, women don't mind buying men nothing.
Yeah.
People can say all they want. Women don't mind it.
Yeah. Yeah.
The right one don't.
Yeah. Facts.
We
That's
don't.
real. So how old were you when you got married?
I was 23. I got married young.
Yeah.
And I was married for 5 years.
Okay.
We met in middle school.
Okay.
Just everybody had mutual friends. You remember we used to go to the mall and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even like him. I was like, ew, what's that? What is he doing here? Ended up marrying him.
For real?
For real.
Did it start off good?
It started off great. The perfect gentleman. But then you realize like life changed you. Like people don't talk about in-laws. People don't talk about like you really got to like your in-laws.
You got, yeah.
And if you don't, it's a problem in your marriage if you allow it. If you don't handle that, the outside stuff is gonna creep up in your house.
Yeah, because when you're dating a person or when you're just going with a person, you ain't dealing with all that.
Mm-mm.
So you don't find out none of that till you're like, yo, your mama crazy.
She nuts. Cuckoo. Can't stand her. What? Ew.
So you in it and everything was good. How does a good marriage go bad?
A good marriage can go bad by trying to overextend yourself too much.
Mm-hmm.
Like allowing everyone to feel like they got to say so in your marriage. And a good marriage can go bad when you don't protect the family that you built from the family that you came from.
You have to protect the family you built from the family that you came from.
Mm-hmm.
Alicia, that's so true.
Yeah. Like, we don't talk about that. Like, you grew up this way. That don't mean I got to slide that in my marriage.
No, 'cause if it done tow you up, why you gonna come over here
Why
and
do I
tell us
want
up with
it?
it?
Why do I want that?
Yeah, like we should be finding new ways to cope with situations. We should be maturing emotionally. We should be learning how to communicate. Like, we shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Because that ain't good.
I grew up in a household where you knew your parents loved you, but they didn't tell you. So they was like, well, the light's on. When you open the refrigerator, there's food in there. That's your responsibility. That ain't you loving me. That's your responsibility. You got to do this or CPS is coming to get us. We gonna be gone.
Yes. Hey, I'm gonna tell you something real crazy. One day I told my daughter I love her, right? And she had like, I tell her all the time. So this one particular time that that I told her, she made like this face. And the face was kind of like, why you always got to tell me that? Right? So I asked her, I said, does it get on your nerves that I tell you I love you so much? Right? Here's the kicker. She didn't say yes. She didn't say no. This is what messed me up. She said, would it get on your nerves? I said, it actually wouldn't. I tell you so much because I never heard it.
Mm-hmm.
And when I said that to her, it hit her. Because she's used to it.
Yeah.
Because I tell her all the time.
My kids do that. I was talking to them literally before we came in this. Because I tell them, even if they're not with me, they gonna feel my love regardless.
Absolutely.
I have to talk to my kids every day.
Yes.
I tell them I love them at least 50 times. And I'm not even exaggerating. My kids are so clingy and loving, and I'm talking about we're inseparable.
Yes. And it should be that way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's no knock to our parents, but it's true. And Alicia, our generation is normally quiet to protect our parents. We're quiet to protect our the people who raised us, the people who are around us, and we just silently struggle as adults because we are not honest.
And also, it's like when you raise, if you say certain things is disrespect,
It's always
you ain't gonna live a long life.
You can't have no opinion. You can't have no perspective, and you can't have no point of view, or it's disrespect.
Yeah, all they can say is, well, I did this. And I'll say, well, you didn't do this. You did all of these things as a parent because that's what we're supposed to do. You obligated to do that.
And that's the thing. That's all we got to say.
I just want to be loved. I just want to be loved. I just want my parents to hug me. Kiss me on my cheek, kiss me on my forehead. That daddy's little girl thing, like that is real.
It is real.
And that's why when people get in relationships, they're seeking a love from a parent that's wrong. Because you want love from your parents out of somebody that you're supposed to be loving as a spouse, as a mate. No.
Yes, and then you require unrealistic things
it's
of
so
them.
Unrealistic. That ain't your daddy. That ain't your mama. Like, people are not just honest. Like, if we really took the time out to dissect our own lives, why do I act like this? Why do I shut down? Why do I break down? Why do I close you off? It's past traumas that don't even have nothing to do with you. You turn into an 8-year-old, 31-year-old.
I've done it. Alicia, I've done it.
Because we're not healed.
That's crazy. I've done it. And then it took me a minute to I ended up coming to my wife one time I know what's wrong and it's not you. And I apologize. I know what's wrong. I figured it out and I was like, oh, I really have issues that I need to deal with concerning my parents.
Mm-hmm.
They're heavy. They're heavy, the inability to express yourself as a child, not having the love and the nurturing. It's it does something to you as an adult.
It stunts your growth.
Yes. And
it stunts your growth.
Development, self-development is a layered thing.
Mm-hmm.
So if a parent provided for you, made you have shoes and clothes, that's only one part of you growing up.
One part.
That's only one. And it's the least important part. The least.
Yeah, we ain't have fun. We ain't have fun. We ain't go on vacations. Wow. That is real.
Yes.
All we did. And that's probably why I love church, because that's all we had. If that's all you have, there was no balance. So now when I'm older as an adult, as a mom, I have balance. And some people don't know how to handle my balance. I have balance and boundaries. If I don't want you to call me, don't call me.
Yeah.
If I want my space, I want my space. That don't mean that I'm straying away from God. I have to get away to hear from him. And people don't like it.
Yeah.
And I don't care.
Yo, you are giving me courage I ain't never had before in my life. Alicia Wall, you are changing my whole soul.
No, this is real.
Because at the end of the day, I've always been afraid to be honest. Because I don't want to be offensive.
But you end up hurting yourself.
Yes. And I'm sick of doing it.
It's a mental torment of, it's a battle in the mind. Should I tell them? Should I not? Should I? No, tell them. It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you say, you hurt my feelings versus it's a difference.
Yes. So how did you learn how to cope with the thing with your dad and still keep pushing?
Talk to him.
You talked
Talk
to him?
to the problem.
You talked to him?
To the problem.
When did you do that?
Actually, about a month or so ago.
Whoa. Alicia, Yo.
Yeah.
So what made you do that?
I blocked him.
Uh-huh.
Because I told you I got a block and anointing. Block. Yeah. And I'm like, that don't solve the problem. Because a lot of people say out of sight, out of mind. I already don't see you. I haven't seen you in a certain amount of time. That still hasn't handled the problem. So I have to talk to it.
How did that talk go?
It actually went great. And you see why your parent do what they do. You see that they were raised a certain kind of way, and they can only give you what they got. If they don't have it, they can't give it.
They can't give it. And that's been my thing. Like, the older I'm getting and the closer I'm getting to my daughter, I've realized that the biggest issue or the pain that I feel when it comes to my parents is more about the lack of communication than it is about what they did or didn't do.
9 times out of 10, it's a communication problem.
Right. Because it's like at the end of the day, if you talk to me and I can get some kind of context for why and I can comprehend it, like I'll feel way different.
Mm-hmm.
Like if a person, like for example, if a person just never talk, they seem weird.
Off.
Yes. If they sit down and say, this is the reason why I don't talk, then it's like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
I get it. And it's just like we're saying, yeah, it may hurt to talk about it. It may be embarrassing for your children to know your truth. But if you don't want to start generational curses, you might want to go on.
You got to talk.
You got to go on.
You have to talk. I talk to my kid, and that's probably why they are very advanced for the age. I talk to them because I didn't get to talk about the apples and the oranges and birds and the bees.
Yes.
You just found, especially in church, you just found out about experimenting.
And then as soon as you experiment wrong, they throwing them rocks
Mm-hmm.
heavy.
You did it. It came from somewhere.
Yeah.
You can't beat around the bush.
Yes.
Especially with children growing up now,
Yes.
how the world is just throwing different things at them.
Alicia.
And in my house,
Alicia.
it's just a limited amount of things that I allow.
Yes. And you have to. It's like, first of all, let me ask you this. Do you get any pushback from how you raise your children as far as communicating with them?
I don't care.
Alicia, you giving me courage.
I don't care.
So the answer is yes. So people have
I'm saying, of course. I'm saying it. You don't have to deal with them. I do. The moment, and that's the thing, even when it comes to the justice system in school, whatever the case is, everybody else can say whatever they want to, but they have to come home to you. You have to deal with the problem. You have to deal with the situation. You have to deal with the mental state of that child. So that's why it takes the parent to be in right standing, because what we do can affect them.
Yes.
If we're not present in certain ways, like my daughter, sometimes she checked me without checking me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, that was good.
Yeah.
I'm going to get you the next time, but it was good. She's like, Mommy, we ain't had fun. And we go have fun. Like sometimes even when it's not in the budget, push it.
Yes.
Make it a sacrifice. We sacrifice for everything else but our children in certain ways.
And yo. So I recently started a podcast with my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
We put out 2 episodes so far. It's gonna come out every Saturday. Oh, for y'all to know, it's gonna come out every Saturday, and then the RXS podcast gonna come out every Wednesday. Okay, so I recently started a podcast with her, and Alicia, a part of me was like, "This is the right thing to do," right? The other part of me was like, "This person ain't gonna like it, and that person ain't gonna like it, and what if it's offensive to my mom, or what if it makes my dad upset?" But then I'm like, but what if it changes lives? Because it's like the truth is the truth is the truth. In the same way that I can speak a truth about how my mom or dad made me feel, here's the thing. They can speak a truth about how I made them feel.
Exactly.
And the issue is not how we made each other feel. It's did we talk or not? I'm affected by it. And it's hurt me in a lot of ways. And it has caused toxic behavior to make me tear up a lot of stuff. And I ain't finna do that no more. So it's like talking to you is giving me the courage to be like, you know what? I'm doing it for the right reasons. It's not malicious.
Mm-mm.
I love my mama. I love my daddy. And the truth is the truth is the truth. And sitting here with you, I realize that there are a lot of us.
Yeah. Somebody needs to hear it. People go through this every day.
Yes.
You know how many people can't tell their parents no? I don't have that problem.
Yeah.
I used to, but I don't anymore. Like, and it's not that you being mean. Like, no. God can tell us no. It's some things that we want from God, and He be like, at this moment, you couldn't handle it. No. It's growth. It hurt.
Yeah.
You know, growing pains.
They real.
They are real.
They real. Growing pains are real.
Real.
Yes.
And we can't, the moment we start doing stuff for other people,
Yeah.
we lose our focus. We lose the vision. We lose our momentum because we like, well, what if such and such? Who cares?
Yeah. I'm not good at who cares. I'm not good at being like, who cares? Like, I care how people feel about things, and it is very detrimental to me, Alicia. I ain't even gonna lie.
When you die, who gonna be in the casket?
Jesus Christ. Me by myself. Jesus, Alicia.
When you came in this world, who was with you?
Me. I came
That's
out of my
it.
mama Dolo. The first one.
No. That's it. We be worried about everybody else and these people. And that's the problem. We going to bed with everybody else's thoughts in our mind. And other people living their life, having fun. That's the problem that I struggle with going through my divorce. I'm like, I'm a mom, I'm a this, and I'm a singer. And, you know, I was so private that it hurt me. Like, we can be so private that it harms us. And people don't realize that. I was so private, and I'm still a private person. It's not secretive. It's two different things. I'm so private that the only way you gonna know, God got to tell you.
Yeah.
God has to tell you.
So did you stay in your marriage longer than you feel like you should have?
I waited on God. I told you I got a master's in
Yeah.
praying and waiting.
So did you go to God like, God, what's up?
You got to show me. The moment that you ask him is when he gonna show you.
Facts.
That's why I tell people, be mindful of what you say. Yeah. Like, people be like, the day ain't the day. If that be the day somebody come up to you and try you. Yeah, I waited on God. Yeah. A lot of times we be waiting on stuff, and sometimes if you don't have the courage to tell somebody, they gonna tell you.
Yeah.
If you don't got the courage to say, I don't think this gonna work, they gonna tell you. I don't want to be with you no more.
Whoa. Yeah, because if
it's not my destiny.
Yes.
So it has to not work for your life to work.
That's real. Like, and I've been in situations like that. Like, I was in a music situation where I was trying to like help somebody, and I was like, oh, I don't know, this don't feel right, but I'm gonna try it anyway because I want to look out. And then it just like went bad again. I'm like, well, maybe I'm trying to do good. It just still ain't working. Maybe it's not working. So with your marriage, you waited until it was like, okay, God.
I asked him. That was good to me. No, I asked him. See, I've never been a person that's scared to ask questions.
Okay. Yeah, I'm scared to ask questions. Yo, you helping me, yo.
I'm not.
So what you ask?
What you want? Do you want me? What is it? Do you want a family? And he told me what he wanted. And see, the problem is we have a problem with people's truth.
Yes, Lord.
We cannot get mad at people's truth. We cannot manipulate them. You cannot love somebody to love you the proper way. Sometimes it's not in them. So even if you are the person for their life, if it just won't get right.
Yeah. So you had enough love and respect for you and him both to accept his truth.
Yeah. I ain't manipulating nobody.
Let's go.
If I have to force you to love me right, I don't want it. Because by the time I put all the energy in, then I don't have the energy to love you. You will start loving me right, and then I'm drained. I'm exhausted.
Yeah,
Because I had to force you to get here. So now I don't want it.
Yo, I'm shook. Because these are real life things
Yeah.
that we don't be talking about.
While singing.
Let's talk about it. Okay, let's go there. So, like, you leading praise and worship and everything when this going on, ain't you?
What?
Jesus Christ.
I know how to, I've mastered, like, literally pushing and pressing in his presence.
Yeah.
I've mastered it. That comes with praise and worship. Like, you have to literally minister from a different place. The only way that you're going to know that God is a healer if you've been sick.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you've been
Yeah.
sick. You can't talk and sing about certain things from a place that you don't know.
That you don't know.
But I know God in certain places and realms of my life that I know him to be real, to be a mind regulator when I literally could have lost my mind. I know.
What makes you press and keep singing anyway?
My children.
Jeez.
Like, it has been times where I literally, like, and a lot of people don't know. So me telling this, like, this will be them finding out.
Okay.
I had left the home, the marital home, and I had got my own place, and you know, I was just like, I'm a whole wife. Even while being single, I'm a wife. I love catering. I love cooking, ironing clothes, washing clothes. I'm a wife. He that find him a wife, baby, I'm a wife. Okay, so but it was a moment where I was by myself. I didn't know how to be by myself. Coming from a big family, then going to being married, then having children, and I took care of my two cousins in the household while I was married. So I've never was alone. And then I had a moment where I was like, I had texted a friend that, you know how you have some friends that if you text them, they may not respond then, but they'll respond to you at least hours later.
Yeah.
So I purposely text this person. I said, what would you do if I no longer was here? And they was like, they called me almost within 1 second of me sitting. I banked on them not responding so I could do what I wanted to do. I knew that they weren't going to respond, so I was like, that's my ticket out. And it didn't work.
So did them answering the phone change your life?
They called me.
I mean, calling. That's what I mean.
It changed my entire life. And this was about 2 years ago.
What got you to the point where you consider doing that?
Just going through certain things that I know that I didn't deserve. And so, like, when people get in your head, in his head, it was just they were forcing him to do certain things that weren't of his character, and he would display it on me. So I went through so much. I went through court cases, and I'm talking about the judge is like, "What are you doing this for? Why are we here?"
Mm-hmm.
The judge was like, "You wasting our time."
Mm.
So just going through certain things, you just be like, I went through this.
Yeah. What up, y'all? I'm Rajay, and I'm interrupting the pod to present an opportunity for y'all to support the brand and the fam. So do this for me. Head over to rajxshy.com, click the merchandise tab, and grab a hoodie, t-shirt, or hat. And remember this thing, no matter what people say or think, live your life. Now back to the episode. How did you get out of it?
God. Literally like praying more, fasting more, and seeking him. Pushing myself in a place where it's like, I don't like to be vulnerable. So when you're getting crushed, you start to like, so this is what it is. This is what, because throughout life we just pile stuff from years, from people. And I had to literally seek him. And music was my outlet.
Yeah. So instead of being vulnerable to people in conversation, you do it through music?
Yeah. You can feel it. Like people would tell me like, I felt that. Like you can actually feel. Let me tell you one album. What is his name? Samad?
Samo. That's my
Samad.
dope.
I love him.
That's my boy.
His album, I think I listened to that for 2 years straight.
Which song did you like the most?
Be Okay.
Yes, sir.
He has another. It's a few songs where it's like he dedicated time and things change. We don't stay the same.
Yeah.
Life is crazy. You know, it's
Yeah, and it's like
that album. It was like he was finding himself, and that helped me get to a certain place spiritually.
And like I used to of course, some people know, some people don't know. Sorry, guys. Like we grew up together. So, but I always noticed that there were certain things he didn't talk about, right? And I would always notice that like if we were together, everything was cool. But I could always tell like everything's not okay, right? So fast forward, once he started making music, I'm like, I love his singing, but it seemed like all the songs are like sad, right?
Yeah.
That's from a place of being a producer and a musician. My critique is coming from that place, not as a brother, not from an emotional place, but from a place of like, dog, man, come on, man, come on, man. Yeah. But when I hear stories like yours and other people's stories, and when I've listened to his music in certain times of my life, I'm like, I get why he makes it.
It makes sense.
Yes, it makes a lot. It's like we need this because it's like our generation has never had an outlet.
But the crazy part is when you're called, you're gonna struggle with something. And so it's a lot of times when you're called to something and called to a people,
yeah,
you're gonna go through a lot. Yeah. And a lot of people don't talk about gifted people struggle.
Yes, because we have nothing to give unless we go through something. That's real. It's like, okay, if I've been called to help people through depression, I'm going to go through some crazy depressed seasons of my life because I won't know how to tell you how to get out if I won't in it. I get it now. Alicia, I get it. Because I get it.
Yeah. Like I'm a person, I like to have fun. I make anybody laugh. And then after I go home, I get in my car, I'm like, I'm exhausted. And I'm not doing it for people. I just genuinely like to see people happy. But I struggle with my own happiness. I struggle with my own joy, my own peace. And it was like, once I got in the car, I was like, whew.
So are you saying that when you get around people, because you know how you feel in your alone time, you want to do your part to hope people don't have to feel like that?
Yeah, but also one of my other gifts is outside of just being a singer, being like prophetic and stuff.
Yeah.
You can feel people.
Yeah.
And so like if I get around certain people, I can literally feel what they're going through. And it's a burden on me. Like it weighs on me. Like mentally and physically. So it's like,
yeah.
And a lot, like, there's something that people don't talk about. Like, when you're gifted in different.
Yeah. Yeah. It's tough, bro.
Yeah. It's extremely hard.
Yeah. It is tough.
I'm just trying to chill. I'm just trying to laugh. I can, not even in a church environment or whatever, I can be at somebody's house and can feel the shift.
So have you ever had to, like, pull somebody to the side and, like, talk to them?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. What is that like? Like, how do you know that you need to talk to somebody?
God would just be literally like downloading things in me about that individual.
Jeez. Yo, that's
and I
crazy.
just start, or I give them a hug or something. And next thing you know, the hug turn into tears, and then it turns into talking, and it turns into a
man.
release. Like
Yeah.
Then I feel better because now it's off of me.
I get it. So when you feel, I need to go back so people can understand. So like if you walk in a room and you feel that somebody is going through something really heavy, it weighs on you.
Very.
And then if you talk to the person and it's released from you and them. So it's like a simultaneous thing.
In a shift. But then if I don't.
Like, have you ever not
Yes.
knowing you were supposed to?
Yes. That's why I cut you off. Yes.
Why did you not do it then?
Scared.
Whoa.
Like God is, what if they think I'm crazy? What if they what if they're not ready? What if they don't want to hear what I got to say? And I'm like, I literally be like throwing a temper tantrum. What?
Yeah.
I gotta do this today?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah.
You'd be like, yeah. Wow. Like delayed obedience is terrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Delayed obedience is still disobedience. So it's like I'm learning to not disobey him. And do things in his timing. I've pushed back my life from doing other things for other people because I love them, and I wouldn't do what I was called to do for them.
Yo, listen to me. Listen to me. Like I've gotten to the place in my life where it's like, I know that it is on purpose that we talking today, because I have really been trying to push myself to say, you know what I've been called to do and what I have to say has to be said and it has to be done. No matter how anybody feels about it. And it's like, for me to have been going through all of this mental stuff for the last week and a half, and then to sit down to talk to you about these very things is very crazy, because it's like, it is giving me the courage to be like, you know what? This is what I got to do.
Yeah. And just because you start being your own cheerleader don't mean you stop being everyone else's cheerleader. And so, because I was the person like, I didn't care if I led a song or not. I was good in the background. And I could be sick. I'm talking about, I have pushed so many artists out of my heart, and because I love them. And God was like, that is not where you're supposed to be. And I'm like, can I just, and year after year, he was like, do your stuff. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. I get comfortable behind somebody. I got comfortable.
Where do you think that came from? Where does that comfort come from?
Discipline. When we lack certain things, you go on somebody else's lane.
Yeah. So you've gotten so good at being disciplined that even when it's your turn, you haven't taken it.
And sometimes we can be too humble.
Yeah.
Like, I would take the low seat any day. I don't care. I don't care about all that. Like, when people be bowing, I hate it.
Yeah.
It does something to me.
Yeah.
And it's like, I really be like, no, stop. No, literally stop.
Yeah.
Like, taking that humble seat, you really, outside of being just super humble, you will tend to take certain things that you shouldn't.
Yeah, explain.
You'll start just literally taking things that you shouldn't take, as far as how people want you to do stuff. You'll be like, okay. You'll start doing stuff for $50.
Jesus.
You'll start doing stuff for $75 when you know your worth.
Yeah.
So your humbleness starts to overshadow your worth. You be like, because I love this, I'll do this for that. for literally pennies. When your rent got to be paid, when you got children, you got gas, water, lights, Wi-Fi, groceries.
And we out here doing $75
What?
concerts.
And people be like, yeah, no,
like actually no.
No, like it don't work.
No, it don't.
So like, and it just came from a place where I was struggling so bad. And I'm like, this is not life. Like, I love singing, but I got to sing. I don't know if the promoter gonna pay me. The promoter didn't pay the people at the top of the card. Then you don't know if they're going to pay you. Then you got to go in your pocket and pay the musicians because they didn't pay you. So now you're definitely in the hole.
Sure.
Humble. Because you humble.
Because you humble. How about I ain't coming?
And then if you say something, then it's like, you don't do this for no dollar. What?
Yeah, they love that. This for the glory of God.
Yeah, after you pay me.
Facts.
Then the glory can really be revealed. You can't mistreat people.
Yeah.
And you can't.
Yeah. That's a whole nother, like the whole concert promoter thing, that's a whole nother.
Man, you got to have that money before the people show up.
That's a whole nother
Have
thing.
that money in your pocket.
So you dealt with that before?
What? That's the quartet world.
Yeah. Hey.
Lokes.
Listen.
Hate it.
Listen, I've seen it so much. Like, yo, what?
Seen it with my own eyes.
I'm like, yo, we came a long way. What you mean? What you mean? And that like
25 groups on one program. That is crazy.
That is insane.
Turned into a midnight musical. That is crazy.
Yo.
25. The flyer can't even fit the people pictures.
And many more. The many more is show enough many. That and many more, Alicia.
What?
That and many more will whoop you, boy.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I'm saying you be there so long you just shifted in the seat.
So you were singing quartet for a while? Mm-hmm. How was? Well, you just told me how it was, but did you enjoy it?
Sometimes. So it's just a side of quartet that people don't talk about. Like when you sing and people mess with your sound because they don't want you to sound better than other groups.
Alicia. So they like.
I'm honest.
So they
it.
like turn one of your background singers' mics
Man,
down.
What? Everybody, and then when you get off the stage, the next group that come up sounds superb. Whoa. It's automatically working now. No feedback. Wow. Man, they used to sabotage people groups, man.
Yeah. That's a
like it is so crazy. Like for real.
It's
out of hating. Yeah. You mad because somebody sing, just get up there and do your thing.
Yeah, and it's real. It's real. And it's like, of course, I grew up in it too, which is how I know your mama. And it's like, I've been in a place now where I've been like on the fence because I love quartet with all of my heart.
See, I don't love it with all of my heart.
Oh, just some.
But I do like it. Like I can get with some people.
Okay.
Like, yeah. But
so maybe I need your help because I'm trying to get because at the end of the day, I know some extremely talented people. Like I've grown up in it, played for some super dope artists, produced some super dope artists, but like you, I also know behind the scenes, I also know the business, and it's like
janky.
It don't make no sense. It's terrible.
It is terrible.
And it's like, oh, God sent you to talk to me. Yo, because I was just thinking the other day, I'm like, okay. Like, because I be talking to some of my homies. I don't know if you've seen it, but like, I got different friends, of course, that do it. So they'll come to the crib and we'll be talking, yada, yada, yada. And it's like, I'm not the same thing as my parents. It's like,
I just know how to do it.
Yeah, it's like I'm telling the truth. Like, and sometimes I feel bad telling the truth. Like, quartet promoters are janky. People never have money. Artists don't never want to pay for quality production, but they always want to tell you how to do your job. These are things that Just like you don't even have the money to do this.
What is $200 gonna mix and master? What is that gonna do? I'll level out your vocals. You want me to do that?
Literally.
But $200.
Literally $200.
They want a mega sound with a mini pocketbook. That ain't gonna work.
That's literally. And it's like, I've gotten to the place where it's like, am I wrong to back away from this?
Mm-mm.
Yo, these are real questions.
You just have to change your clientele.
Yeah.
You don't stop doing what you love. Just change your clientele.
Yes.
And I've learned that because I do hair too. This is so many levels to me.
Let's go.
So like, no, I'm saying you got people out here that's buying Jordans. They go to the Africans to get some braids, but when I tell you my price is $75 or $85 for a silk press, you get mad. You're not just paying for what I can do. You paying for my time, my expertise. I'm licensed by the state of North Carolina. Been doing this for 13 years, so you ain't finna pimp me. And sometimes I've allowed people, I pimp my own self. Because they'll be like, well, how much is it? I'll be like, well, it's scared to tell the price.
Jesus. Oh my good God. Yes.
Mm-mm. It's this.
So now you just be like, this straight up what I
Yeah,
charge.
singing this.
Just straight up.
Hair this.
Yeah.
I don't even blink.
Yeah. Yo, that's...
You gotta pay me.
Yeah. Hey, listen. Because at the end of the day, everything going up.
Everything. And to keep your license, you have to do continuing education. Yeah. So that means I have to reinvest in myself to keep making you look good.
While taking care of 2 kids.
By myself.
Yeah, that's real. And it's like, how... It's like... The
rent $1,600.
God!
For an apartment.
God! Dang it!
Rent alone.
You in Durham?
Raleigh.
God! Raleigh Durham will hit you. Raleigh Durham will hit you.
You got to get on the ladder to pay. It's so high.
Raleigh Durham will hit you. But it's like, as service providers, like, we are expected to do such a great job for so little money.
And I'm not doing it.
And then people love to talk bad about you once you decide you're not going to do that
and it's
anymore.
okay.
Yeah.
And see, sometimes you have to tell people the truth because people do that. Well, Alicia wouldn't do that. I didn't. You know why?
Ooh.
They don't tell the why. Let's get to the why. I told you no. Let's get to the why I declined. I don't mind. All money ain't good money.
Yeah.
If it come with that, I don't want it.
Yeah.
Alicia,
that's good. Did they tell you why I said no? That's good. That's what I'm gonna start hitting people like.
So you gotta tell people the truth.
Yeah, I hold the truth back a lot to protect people, bro. And the crazy thing
you be
is
suffering, and your character alone suffers because if you don't tell the truth, then people will think this is the person that you are, and then they tell the people.
Yeah, and
like that. What's the game? Telephone.
I don't know it.
So you start telling people one thing, and then by the time it gets to the thing,
it ain't the right thing.
It ain't even nowhere near.
Yeah, facts.
That's what people do with our character.
Oh my God. Yeah.
You ain't finna have no.
So you just be like straight up, this what it is, and this why it didn't happen. I need that. I need some of that. I ain't gonna. I think this is the most transparent I've ever been on any podcast.
Really?
Yeah, because I've tried to be really intentional about protecting other people.
Did they do that with you?
No, people don't do that with me. And that's what I know. Like, that's what I know. Jesus. So today, by the time y'all see this episode, hopefully I would have been delivered. That's the goal. I've literally been thinking to myself, like, I gotta tell my truth. And it's like, there are people involved in my truth, and that ain't got nothing to do with me. Hey, this is how it ended up. This is what happened.
It's your truth.
It's mine.
That's why, it's real. You have to tell your truth, or you're gonna keep bleeding from the inside. They don't see the blood, but you feel it.
They don't see the blood, but I feel it every single day. And
No.
the mental battles and emotional battles that go into like preserving other people.
Mm-hmm.
That is crazy.
It's real. And it's uncalled for.
It really is. It really, really is. But you go through in your mind and you play out all of these scenarios. If I do this, then this is going to happen. Or this person is going to feel this way. Or this is going to happen. Or I'll never be able to do this again. And it's like,
The only way you're going to know is if you go to them.
facts. Facts on facts and facts.
They will cut out a lot. Like, it's just like women.
Talk about it.
We as women, we can just, our minds are just, it can be so scary.
Mm-hmm.
We can think that our man is doing something and they on the game. They playing basketball. We like, oh, he with another one. We see the hotel and everything. We just see it.
Yeah.
And it ain't nothing. Because we don't talk about what triggers us.
Yeah.
So, and then if the person do one thing that triggers us, we be like,
yeah.
then our minds start going.
Yeah.
And then while we not talking, our mind's still moving, still creating these little things in our head.
Yeah.
A whole story.
But I don't think it's just women. I think men do that too.
Y'all do it, but we do it with emotions in the imaging.
Jeez. So y'all feel it like
it's
it's
a whole
happening.
motion picture going on.
And like, y'all
And
think
then our
it's real.
mood will change.
Dang. Golly. That's wild.
Our mood will change based on what we just made up in our mind. Nuts.
And then like react to it in real life. And then people be like, what's
in real
wrong?
time.
Like,
you
what?
know what you did.
Alicia, that's insane.
And like, what I do?
Yo,
Man,
that's
it's real.
funny.
Women, we don't like to talk about it.
Yeah.
We will make up something in our mind and our whole mood will change.
See, I ain't know that. You schooling me.
Well, let me stop telling y'all stuff.
Hey,
I can't
hey.
let y'all know.
Hey, so hold on. Let me tell y'all. I got to figure out something a man to do so Alicia won't be out here by herself. What's something men do that I want to tell? I don't got
now
nothing.
y'all just simple. Like y'all so simple to the point it get on our nerves.
Yeah. Talk about
Like
it.
just simple. Like and that's another thing that women and see I got a lot of I got brothers and then I have male cousins and they just be telling me stuff like women, when a man tell you something, certain things, believe it. If he call you a friend, you just his friend.
That's hilarious.
That's it.
Dang.
If a man wants you, he gonna show it.
Now that's a fact on top of a fact.
If he wants you.
Yeah.
But we as women, we try to force people to want us. You ain't got to do that.
Yeah.
We don't.
Why do women do that?
Self-esteem. Self-esteem issues. Because when you know your worth, I ain't about to make you do nothing.
Yeah.
It's
real.
a worth thing. So it's vital.
Yeah.
Knowing yourself is like, it's so many people who don't know themselves. It's scary.
That's real.
And people are afraid to be alone. People get caught up in this Facebook stuff, Instagram, other real life. They see TikTok that messed them up. These, certain podcasts that make women feel like if you're not here by a certain time, you will never get it. And it's not the truth. I used to think that. Who gonna marry me with 2 kids?
Somebody.
The right person. Like, I got 2 kids.
How long did you think that?
A long time.
What made you stop thinking that? The DMs? Facts. The DMs. Yeah, that's what changed. And like men will say like, like, and men will let you know like, yo, that's cool with me. Like, I'll take care of it.
What I realized? It's only a certain kind of man that inbox me.
Ooh.
Because they know what kind of woman I am.
Yeah.
So it don't just be no rag doll.
So they be when they come in there, they
be trying. But I ignore. I don't respond.
That's good. That's really
I don't
good,
give people
actually.
my attention.
So is there any, like, do you have any candidates right now? Do you have any candidates?
I am one
you plead the
person.
Oh, I thought you was going to plead the fifth. Come on, one person.
One person.
Do they know who they are?
They do.
You know who you are.
Mhm.
Let's go. And what made you, like, entertain this one person?
He had to work.
Mm.
He had to put in some work.
So when did you finally say, okay, the work is done, I'll entertain you? When was it like, okay, you don't have to keep
He
working
had
so
to show me, man, I'm difficult.
Why are you so difficult?
I am difficult.
Why?
I'm like, I know I be getting on his nerves.
Yeah.
I'm difficult based off just certain traumas. Just like, because I told you I have a thing where I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, and then I had this thing where I'm like, God, please don't send me no musician.
Ooh.
Because I know the life of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know it.
Yeah. It's
Like when people feel like you in a certain light, people want you.
yeah.
Men and women.
Yeah.
People want you. When people feel like you up front
Yeah. Yeah.
and you got something going for you.
Yeah.
You know how many men just say the dumbest things? I'll be like, what?
Yeah. So you didn't want no musician because you know the life of
I
them.
know it. I know
So
it.
what about music?
I've seen musicians that got 5 women at one program and can't sit down. They tired. They wore out.
Because they can't sit
Can't one woman in the balcony, one woman over there seat G. You got another woman at the back door, one woman at the concession stand, one woman who ain't even church. She just know you in the area.
Alicia,
I know it.
I'm ashamed.
I know it.
So, but yo.
Feet be hurting by the time they get home. They can't sit down. They sit down with one woman, they done.
Dude.
Done. It's a wrap.
Yo, that's first of all, that is true.
Like, I know.
Second of all, they ain't all like that, Alicia.
I had to learn.
Yeah.
I've seen too many is that ain't. I have.
Yeah, and but I'm gonna tell you something that's crazy. I'm gonna be real transparent. Yo, I've never done this before. I think I talked about I think I talked about it one time with my wife. I was a is that turned into an ain't. Let's talk. Okay. Alicia, you my sensei, you my therapist. So let me move this cord. Y'all, this gonna be a long episode. Let me move this cord because I gotta talk to Alicia.
Talk to me.
Hey, listen. Okay, so we talking about the parents thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My mom is quartet. My dad is quartet. My mom sings, used to play drums when she was younger. My dad played drums, popular group in Wilson. My mom, popular family group in Goldsboro. For whatever reason, my mom and my dad did not stay together. When me and my brother were younger, they got a divorce. So I was with my mom. I would only see my dad like on weekends, you know, that like that sort of thing. Some weekends. I would see him if there was concerts. They had one of the dopest groups in the world. But I said that to say this. By the time I got about 12 years old, 11 or 12, that's when I met, shout out to Tank. That's when I met my big brother Tank from Wilson. So I started playing at his church with his dad and some homies that I ended up growing up with. And that was kind of my life. Like, my dad wasn't really there. My mom was home, but I was living with my mom, but she was working. So then I started being with them all the time, right? Right. You following me. So listen, so it's me. I'm the youngest. Tank is the oldest. All of the other boys are in
everything.
They in between. Everybody in between. So Tank's dad has a very popular choir. He has a very big church with a lot of people in it. Right? I don't got no this it. This how I'm being raised. And it's like
life.
yes. And then it's like
goals.
and it's like I'm so listen, I'm looking, I'm seeing, I'm looking, I'm seeing, I'm looking, I'm seeing. And I did notice that I was a little more reserved than the homies, for real. But it was still.
Them be the ones that people get. The quiet ones.
So listen, so we chilling. I'm growing, and you know what's going on. Like, so then my mom marries my stepdad, Ray. Shout out to Ray. So I'm in the studio meeting people. Then this situation happens where another homie starts playing with Doc, and then Tank start playing. One person quit. I start playing, right? Alicia, I'm 16.
Yeesh.
I'm 16. Out here, right? I'm out here in these streets. Mind you, I've already met my wife. I'm like 9 or 10 when I meet my wife.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, some kind of way, that's going to be my wife, right? So then I
doing what you were doing.
Yes.
Okay.
So then I seen her as a boy, said that's going to be my wife. Then I just start living life. I thought I was just saying something because I was infatuated with the girl. I didn't know she would really be my wife. So time goes on. So I'm just living and I'm just doing what I'm seeing. I'm just doing what I'm seeing. I'm just doing what I'm seeing. But then I actually start to take her serious. But I'm still doing what I'm doing. I'm still a is, but I'm still a is.
You straddling the fence.
Yes, I'm still a is, but we're having conversations and like we're having conversations about life. We're having conversations about the future. Mind you, I am engulfed in all things my friends, all things my stepdad. It's like quartet, production, the homies, repping for my city, repping for my homies. This is what I'm going to do some kind of way. Whatever I end up doing, I see myself doing great things, but I want to do it with them. Right? Right. See, you already know what's happening. So I'm living this life. And then I found myself, once I really got close to my wife, once we ended up together, that's when I realized I was living a double life.
You start feeling bad.
Yeah, it's like
conviction.
Yeah, it's like this is like this. My homies, this is all I know. But my wife, this is who I'm becoming.
And that's what you want.
Yes. That's the thing. And it's like, I really want to be with my wife. I really want this thing to work. And it's like, at first, I used to want to figure out how to do both.
You can't.
Right. Right. And it's like, yo, I can't do both. And it's like, now I'm at a place where it's like, okay, I figured out that I can't do both. But now I'm at a place where it's like, and I can't be quiet. That's why I'm glad you came here today, because you're helping me. At first, I was like, okay, I'm going to figure out how to do both. And then things started to transpire to show me like you said before, God will set it up so much so that if he has something for you, or if he's trying to protect you from something, if you don't decide, he'll create a situation that forces you to decide.
He gonna do something by choice or by force.
Yes. So the force started to slowly but surely, boom. I mean, one thing after another, after another, after another. I was building a brand at one time. It was really going well. I was doing this thing on the internet every week. I got a call from the big homie, who was the same big homie, who was moving back to Carolina for a little while. Hey, little bro, can you do this? Yeah, you already know I can do it. The biggest waste of time of my life. I'm not going to say what it was, because I ain't even going to do y'all like that. The biggest waste of my life, and it set me back real big. So then I get to a place where I'm like, okay, I'm going to rock with my wife, and I'm going to build with her. So I got to start saying no to these other things, right? I have to say no. But here's the thing. There's still an emotional attachment
to your friends,
because I feel indebted to them.
Yeah.
Because it's like, when I had nobody, they raised me, literally. So I'm forever indebted. That's how I feel, and that's what I'm thinking.
That's that hood mentality.
Yes. And I'm not even from the hood, but that's exactly what it is.
It's a hood mentality.
And then I'm like, yo, I'm forever indebted. My wife would tell me certain things. I'm like, you don't know. And then it's like, no, you're right. Though.
Women have us like.
Boy,
Let me tell you something. Women, and I'm gonna pat myself. Go, girl. Women,
they be knowing. Y'all
we
be knowing. Y'all be knowing.
We know. Let me tell you something. When you got a good woman beside you,
yeah,
they can make the impossible possible.
Facts. And that's, Alicia.
Like, straight up.
Alicia.
Like, well, a good woman will pour into you in so many ways. That's why it's like, we be like, why you mess over this good woman?
Yeah.
Like, it's even scripture. When you find a good thing, you get favor.
Yeah. And it's and the crazy thing is, Alicia.
So if you lose your favor, that's your fault.
And listen, I started to understand, like, I understand how a man can overlook a good woman. That's the thing. It's like, it can be easily done when he doesn't put his past and his people in a certain...
In check.
Yes, it's like...
And a lot of people do that little shallow stuff basing things off looks.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
If you think that everybody got abs and a BBL, you're nuts. If you think the love of your life got triceps and biceps, you know, I'm saying some things are, you know, reachable.
Yeah.
But for the most part, the person that you really want ain't for your life.
Listen to me. See, man, listen to me. And that's what, like,
it's an image.
I used to get frustrated because I was an is that turned into an ain't. So I got to go back to there to further prove your point. So there are certain girls that look certain ways. Mm-hmm. Mind you, my wife fine though. Like mind you, my wife is fine. So
shout out wife.
Yeah,
fine
but at the same time, it's like certain image, certain things, certain whatever.
It's just life.
And you going through this, and then it's like I got to a place where it's like how a person looks don't matter.
Dressing.
Who you grew up with don't matter. Like all these things, like they don't matter. Mm-mm. And it's like I'm indebted to the wrong people and the wrong things for reasons that I think are good. Even reasons that used to be good.
Yeah.
They not good
because
no
your
more.
mental state is different.
Yes!
Your mind is different.
I'm a different person in a different place. So yes,
you ain't 16 no more.
Exactly.
You're not 16 no more.
I'm not 16
So
no
what
more.
you desire at 16 and 24 is two different things.
Yo, so I'm like, now I'm at the point where I'm like, okay. I'm a 30-year-old. I'm a 31-year-old. I'm a 32-year-old. By the time y'all see this, I'll probably be 32. So I'm a 32-year-old who has been through these things, has felt these ways about parents, has been indebted to his friends, have gotten to the place where I chose my wife and I chose this life. And it's like, I'm now, today, whenever y'all see this, at a place, after talking to Alicia Wall, that I'm deciding that no matter what, I can't live a double life.
You can't.
And it's the thing is, when you grow up in
I've tried it and it don't work.
It doesn't. And here's the thing: people like when you grow up in church. When you grow up in church, people often associate a double life with like a public holy life and a public holy life and a private sinful life.
Right.
That is what we associate. Let me say it one more time because I messed up. Most people, especially church people, associate a double life with a public holy life and a private sinful life. But there's other double lives.
Yeah.
There's lives where one life is trying to do what they've been called to do. And the other life is trying to make sure people aren't offended.
Mm-hmm. Your past trying to keep you from your future.
That is a double life.
You could be living a double life emotionally.
Yes.
You could be, it's so many ways.
It's so many ways.
You be stuck. and
Bro.
it's a torment. And so, yeah. Again, I had to. Yeah, I was there.
Yes.
And you're like, man, when you really love somebody,
Mm-hmm.
like love them, you don't see their flaws,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how God loves us.
Yes.
He don't see that. He don't see all that other stuff. He literally see your heart. That's why some people can be like, why is he with her? Because she loved him the right way.
Facts.
You can't help his destiny.
That's real on top of real on top of real.
You can't. Like, a lot of people try to figure out why people. First of all, that ain't in your business.
Yeah.
Like, why you worried about why he with her and she with him?
Yeah. Yeah. People
It don't make
want to know.
sense.
Yeah.
It's so many nosy saints
Yeah.
for nothing.
Yeah. Hey, why people be
They
nosy,
ain't with
though?
you because they ain't with them.
Facts.
If we really want to talk about it, they be mad because they ain't the man or the woman ain't choose them.
That's real life.
But those quartets, them quartet shows make kids grow up faster than what they supposed to.
Yeah, that's true.
You see so much.
Yo, that's real life.
You see so much.
Yo, I'm stunned, yo, because it's real. It's like it's real. And it's like I'm trying to change. Like I'm literally at a place in my life right now where, Alicia, I'm trying to change my life. And I'm starting to realize that in order to like really, really, really walk in your calling and to really walk in your purpose and to really have peace of mind, you have to really make hard decisions. Or what seem to be hard
Being
decisions.
a leader, you have to make tough decisions. There's no way you can be a CEO of anything and not be able to tell somebody, no, this is what I want. You're not about to rearrange my vision to fit you.
Yeah, and oh my God. To be in a place where I've had dreams and visions of things that are far beyond anything that I've ever seen. But I've still struggled trying to make those things happen with people who have clearly shown. Y'all know what I'm trying to say.
They were going to dim your light.
And it's like, I love people so much that I've let them for them to be comfortable. I've literally let people dim my light so that they can be comfortable.
I've done that. I've even sang less than what I know I can do.
Like you leading a song and you're not going to sing for real.
Yeah. Because of people.
Jesus.
I've literally done it. But now I'm like, man, you finna get what you gonna get.
Yo. To be unapologetic, like that's
You gonna get what you gonna get. Like it's literally not just a place in yourself, but when you get in a certain place in God, it's just a boldness. It's a boldness, and it ain't arrogance. It ain't not cocky. It ain't none of that.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was about to say a second ago. Like, to get to a place where you say yes to God
Completely.
like, that's going to interrupt some people's lives. That is going to disrupt some systems. That is going to offend some people. And it's like, in order to get all that God has for me, I have to be disruptive.
Yeah.
It is scary.
You gotta go against people. Their traditions, and in the moment that you really get into God, the moment you start or stop pursuing stuff in your own strength and you really seek Him, that's when careers take off. That's when everything that you want and desire you be like, where did this come from? You can't even explain it.
Yo, and you want to know what's crazy? I've been at a place where I'm like I know things are growing and I know things are getting better, but I just feel like I'm at this like
It's a block.
yes,
Frustrated. it comes, because you're doing it in your own strength. But the moment that you literally be like, I surrender, that's when God just gonna open literally the floodgates. And I'm talking about, because I've seen it with my own eyes. I've been experiencing, like, why am I getting calls from? I don't get called around here to sing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it used to bother me. Like, why don't nobody call me around here? I get called in L.A.,
Yeah.
Louisiana,
Yeah.
different states.
Yeah.
Don't nobody do it around here like that. Cause a lot of times people get upset, but when you like, you have some people that's meant for this region. I'm not. So now I don't get offended when I don't get called. I don't get offended when somebody don't ask me over, or whatever the case is. Because when it's for you, it's for you. When it's not, it's not. And that blockage, it be you.
Yeah.
We be blocking ourselves. But that moment that we just be like, okay, God, all right,
Yeah.
I'm done getting my hands dirty. Like, you really have to take the time to talk to him. Then take the time and wait for him to respond. We talk to him and then start moving.
That's true.
The same way we got in these chairs and we knew that it was going to hold us up, that's the same way we got to give our stuff to God and trust him. Okay, God. Not one time have we been like, is this chair going?
Yeah.
Is this going? Is this holding us up? We ain't done it.
Yeah.
But we do it with God.
Yeah. Yep.
Every time. Every time.
Yeah.
And we seen what he can do. We know his track record. And we still question him.
Yeah. That's
It's
crazy.
amazing.
That's crazy. I'm shook. I'm sorry.
It's
Hey, yo, because
it's okay.
I've been thinking, like, yo, I don't want to offend anybody.
It's okay.
And that's the only thing. That's the only thing.
You think
I've been
Jesus
thinking,
ain't struggled with that?
Yeah.
You the Messiah. Some call him. Some call him.
Yeah. That's real.
People didn't want him to be who he was, who he is. That's why he went through things.
Yeah.
He already knew. And a lot of times people be like, when people know who gonna betray them, he already knew, this person gonna kiss me. This person, he already knew and knew how to handle it.
Yeah.
We don't know how to handle certain things. That's
No.
why we can't be trusted with stuff.
Yeah.
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 You got this. Get out the way.
Yeah. Facts.
You get out the way.
Facts. Facts.
And
Facts.
watch what he do.
Yeah. Any last words? Because I'm stunned, so I'm shook. I don't even know how this is supposed to end. I don't even know what to do.
Did we talk about singing?
No, because all y'all already know how to sing and play. I'm sick of telling you, ain't no, this what y'all need to hear. Let me tell you
I don't
something.
even think we talked about singing.
That don't matter. No, that clearly that don't matter. And it's like even with this podcast, I'm like, you know what? I do want to make sure that singers and musicians and producers and like artists like know how to do this or know how to do that. But at the end of the day, like, there's other stuff that we struggle with that we need to figure out how to get out of to even be able to pursue things. And that's where I am right now. It's like, yo, from a mental and emotional place, being healthy matters.
Having the right mind matters.
Yes.
A healthy mind.
Yes. It really matters.
Like, the pursuit of happiness is really like a lot of people seen the movie, but for those who haven't, like, pursuing happiness comes with sadness. Pursuing happiness comes with depression. Pursuing happiness, like, because we gonna go through emotions.
Yeah.
But I'm no longer just pursuing happiness, because happiness can come and go.
Yeah.
My pursuit is joy.
Yeah.
Everlasting.
Yes.
Peace.
Yes.
Everlasting.
Yes.
So even if I get sad, I can reach for my joy that's there. I can reach for my peace when I get frustrated. I can reach because it's there.
It's there. It's there.
Happiness can,
It'll
people
come
can
and go.
make you happy. They can make you mad. But when joy,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's real life.
it's different.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Like, this has been like the most open and honest I've been on a podcast when this is really supposed to be about you. That's what's crazy.
It's okay.
But you the one that said God be sending you places. So did you have a weight on you when you came in here?
When I wrote you.
Okay. Yeah.
So it was like, so I need you to do this.
Uh-huh. Ooh.
When I wrote you, I don't do that. Can you talk about this? I wrote you.
Ooh. Yeah.
And see, a lot of people don't talk about that. Like, a lot of people wait for people to come to them. I don't do that. I came to you.
Yeah, and you want to know what's crazy? You want to know what's crazy? I almost messaged you to cancel because of the tornado. Did you know there was a tornado?
Mm-mm.
So there was a tornado that tore the other side of town up.
Didn't know.
Apparently, like my mama and my brothers, they text me about it.
I
They're
did
like,
not know.
"Are y'all okay?" The tornado tore up y'all city on the. So it didn't tear up this side, but yeah. But then, so I kept going back and forth with the canceling
I didn't
thing.
know.
Yeah, and then I was like, "Nah, I ain't gonna cancel." So then I started to get ready. 'Cause I was like, "Okay, I know what time she's gonna be here." So then I'm driving. I'm like, I saw that you messaged me. I'm like, "Dang, I'm late." Like all of these things in my
It's
mind.
okay.
And it's like, and then you kept saying it's okay, and it's like, I'm understanding that it's like, it's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah,
Like, things happen.
yeah,
Patience is something.
yeah.
Learning patience. Like, I had to learn it. I went through one of the hardest trials in my life last year.
Uh-huh.
Like, the hardest. I had a friend that I thought was a friend. And come to find out, she wasn't one. I was about to move to another. I was in my life where everybody like, move to another state, you'll be good. I was about to move to DC. Out of God's will. Just to get away. Me and my kids. I packed up my house, everything. Come to find out, my friend never had none of what she had. None of what she told me she had.
So she was supposed to help you prepare a way to move to DC?
Mm-hmm.
And you were packed?
My house empty. Everything in storage. And everything that she said she had, she didn't.
How did you end up finding out?
She just kept like telling story after story after story. And I'm like, it's not adding up. Me and my kids were homeless for 3 months because of her lies. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's why I'm saying, can't nobody, when I actually like, we go through things, half the time we go through things because we ignore God. I knew what he said, but because of my own frustration, I still tried to seek my own plans. And where I am now, I wouldn't be, if I would have went to DC, God wouldn't be blessing me like he is now. I settled for do hair, right? I settled for a job, make $11 an hour, right? August will be a year. I'm still working it right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man, I hate this job. I hate it. I've done certain things in my life where outside of being a stylist, I worked for different companies and I've built my resume very well. So I applied for a job in May. This is the part of patience, right? So I applied for this job in May as an office manager making close to $30 an hour. And I didn't get a response. So I'm like, all right. See, I'm a person that, like, even if somebody tell me no, I'm going to keep, a lot of times people just get stuck.
Mm-hmm.
So they stop.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do that.
Yeah.
I kept putting application at jobs. I'm getting calls. I'm doing interviews left and right from the neck up. I ain't even fully dressed. I'm at home like, what's up?
Yeah.
And it was a 3-month process. So I did the first interview and it went really well. Then I did the second interview a month later. Then I did the third interview a month later, 3 months. Finally got the job. So my income multiplied by 3 just off waiting on God. Just wait. Sometimes we have to take the low seat just for God to. Sometimes it's for character development. Sometimes you got to keep taking hit after hit. But it's all, like, it all makes sense. That's a song that I wrote. It all makes sense. I see what you went through. I see why you're going through this. I see why you had to struggle here. But it's all going to make sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't be over here crying. I don't like to see men cry. Be tearing me up. Don't doing that. I can't handle it.
It's done crazy, man. It's just crazy. That's all.
Waiting.
Yeah, I get it.
Wait
I know.
on the Lord.
Yeah.
He will renew your strength.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know what to do while you wait. That's the thing. What I'm supposed to do? Wait. If you don't know what to do, read a book. Do something, but don't do things out of flesh, out of time. Just wait.
Yeah.
Because he going to send the person. And a lot of times, to be honest, we don't need, God is the really only confirmation we really need.
Yeah.
He the OG.
Yeah.
We be waiting on a sign. Lord, give me a billboard. God is, he it.
Yeah.
So
real.
even if he only tells you, that's why a lot of times people don't get it. Because he told you. He didn't tell them. They don't got to confirm it. He told you. That's what get us messed up. We be waiting on other people to get our goals and get our dreams. And he didn't give it to them to get. So if somebody don't rock with it, they will be okay. Can you please stop? He trying to mess me up over here. Stop. It's all right. You just be like, Lord, it's in your hands. It's if it's gonna do, it's gonna do it.
Yeah.
He don't need much. We the ones that want a whole lot. You don't need. In this, get me off of here.
All right, y'all.
Get me out of here.
We out. All right, peace.